Did you know the way you sleep can be the difference between keeping your memory sharp, short pause, or speeding up memory loss? Many people think sleep is just rest, short pause, but it's actually an active process that can quietly protect or harm your brain, especially after age 60. I'm Dr. Carlos Rondón, a physician specializing in older adult health, and today I want to reveal a striking fact. Pause, your sleeping posture may be deciding your cognitive future without you even knowing it. Maybe you've noticed it already. You forget where you left your keys. You repeat the same story, short pause, or a name won't come to mind. Do you chalk it up to age? Short pause. Sure, aging brings natural changes. Here's the surprising part. Not everything is due to the years. Short pause. It's also about how your brain is cared for during the night. Let me ask you a few questions. Did you know there's a sleeping position that can literally block your brain's cleaning process? Pause. Have you heard that certain nighttime habits can increase your risk of Alzheimer's? Pause. Do you want to discover the safest position for your memory and mental clarity? In this video, you'll not only understand why you sleep the way you do, short pause, but also how those small details affect your daily vitality, your autonomy, and your long-term independence. Over the next sections, I'll share stories of real patients, people like you, who experienced forgetfulness, confusion, or low energy. What's remarkable is that in many cases, the change didn't come from an expensive drug, short pause, or a complicated treatment. It was enough to adjust the way they slept. Picture this, short pause. A patient told me, "Doctor, I sleep well, but I feel my memory is slowly fading." When we reviewed her case, we discovered the problem wasn't how many hours she slept, short pause, it was the posture she maintained every night. Can you believe that by changing that one detail, her mental clarity improved within weeks? Science confirms that while you sleep, your brain switches into a deep cleaning mode. Short pause, like a river carrying away toxins accumulated during the day. It needs to flow without obstacles. But if your posture blocks that flow, what should protect your memory becomes a silent risk factor. Today, you'll learn what happens inside your brain while you sleep. Short pause. Which positions are the most harmful and why they might be stealing your mental clarity. Short pause, and most importantly, which posture protects your memory and how to adapt to it even if you have pain or physical limitations. Stay with me until the end, because every practical tip I'll share could mean years of lucidity, energy, and well-being. Your brain deserves that care. Short pause, and believe me, it's never too late to start protecting it. First, short pause. The role of sleep in the brain. When we talk about sleep, most people think of simply closing their eyes and resting the body. But what many don't realize is that during those hours, one of the most important processes for brain health takes place: the deep cleaning of the mind. Our brain is like a city that never sleeps. During the day, it's constantly at work, processing thoughts, storing memories, making decisions, and regulating emotions. All this activity produces waste, byproducts that need to be removed. Short pause. If they're not cleared away, toxins build up, damaging neurons, and increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Here's where a relatively recent discovery comes in. Short pause. The glymphatic system. Have you heard of it? Its name combines glia, the brain's support cells, and lymphatic, the body's natural cleaning system. In simple terms, the glymphatic system is like the brain's housekeeping service. Short pause. And here's the surprising part. It only works at full capacity while we're asleep. Imagine your brain as a house that's piled up with trash bags throughout the day. The kitchen has leftovers, the living room is dusty, the hallways are cluttered. If no one cleans, that house quickly becomes chaotic and unlivable. The glymphatic system is the cleaning crew that comes in at night. Short pause, opens the windows, and removes everything that doesn't belong. The fluid that makes this cleaning possible is called cerebrospinal fluid. Normally, it surrounds the brain and spinal cord. But during deep sleep, it flows more forcefully into brain tissue, washing away toxins like beta amyloid, one of the main proteins linked to Alzheimer's. When you sleep well and in the right position, this fluid flows freely, and your brain wakes up refreshed. Short pause, but if it doesn't, Those proteins accumulate, and over the years they can become a serious problem. Let me share the case of Miguel, a 70-year-old patient. Short pause. He came to me complaining of frequent forgetfulness and a foggy feeling in the mornings. His cognitive tests were normal, but there was one detail. He slept poorly and always in a position that limited cerebrospinal fluid circulation. After adjusting his posture and improving his sleep quality, his memory began to recover within weeks. Short pause. No medication, no expensive treatments, just by understanding how his brain works at night. And Miguel is not alone. Brain imaging studies have shown that people who sleep poorly wake up with higher levels of beta amyloid compared to those who enjoy deep, restorative sleep. Short pause. In other words, every night your brain chooses between cleansing itself, short pause, or slowly becoming intoxicated. The scientific evidence is clear. Quality sleep is as vital for the brain as nutrition or exercise. It's not a luxury. Short pause, it's a biological necessity. If the glymphatic system doesn't do its job, toxins remain inside the brain, like smoke trapped in a closed room. And each night of poor sleep is a missed chance to clean that vital space. That's why understanding the role of sleep is no minor detail. It's the foundation for protecting your memory, your mental clarity, and your independence after 60. Second, short pause. Sleeping positions and their risks. So far, we've seen that good sleep is essential for clearing toxins from the brain and keeping memory sharp. But there's one detail that often goes unnoticed. Short pause, sleeping posture. Not all positions are equal, and some can become true enemies of your brain. Short pause, especially after age 60. Sleeping on your back. Is it really harmless? Many of my patients are convinced that sleeping on their back is the healthiest and most natural option. Short pause. And yes, it may be comfortable for the spine. But when it comes to brain health, the story changes. When you sleep on your back, the tissues in your throat and your tongue tend to fall backward. Short pause, especially during deep sleep. This partially blocks the airways and promotes snoring or even sleep apnea. Short pause, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops for a few seconds at a time during the night. Each pause means less oxygen for the brain and a fragmented sleep that prevents proper toxin clearance. Let me tell you about Carmen, age 72. Short pause. She always slept flat on her back with 2 pillows stacked up. She snored loudly, woke up several times a night, and often started the day with a heavy head. Her family noticed she kept forgetting names and repeating questions. When I explained that her position was affecting her brain's oxygen supply, she couldn't believe it. Short pause. With one simple change, sleeping on her side with a pillow between her knees, her memory began to improve, and the mental fatigue lifted. Science backs up what we see in practice. Brain imaging studies show that when sleeping on the back, cerebrospinal fluid flow decreases. Short pause, reducing glymphatic efficiency. In other words, that posture may be blocking your brain's natural cleaning process. Sleeping on your stomach, a false sense of comfort. Another common position is sleeping on the stomach. Short pause. At first, it may feel relaxing, but for the brain, it's one of the worst choices. To breathe, your neck has to twist forcefully to one side for hours, compressing the blood vessels that supply oxygen to the brain. Isabel, age 67, had slept this way her whole life. Short pause. She came to me complaining of morning dizziness and trouble concentrating. Upon evaluation, we discovered that constant neck rotation was restricting blood flow to her brain. With physiotherapy and a change in posture, short pause, her symptoms improved significantly. Sleeping on your stomach also puts pressure on the chest and abdomen, making diaphragmatic breathing harder and reducing oxygen intake. Short pause. No wonder many people who sleep this way wake up with a stiff neck, back pain, short pause, or a heavy feeling in the head. Stories that repeat themselves. Jose Manuel, age 76, firmly believed that sleeping on his back was best. Yet he suffered constant forgetfulness and irritability that stole joy from his retirement. A sleep study revealed micro-awakenings caused by mild but persistent snoring. Short pause. After switching to side sleeping and using pillows to stabilize his position, his memory and focus improved noticeably. Another case is Dolores, age 74. who preferred sleeping upright in a chair because of her back pain. While it seemed practical, it only worsened her confusion and fatigue. Short pause. Once she learned to lie on her side with proper support, she regained a mental clarity she hadn't felt in years. Why these positions are worse after 60. In younger years, the body is more resilient, and the brain's cleaning system is more efficient. But after 60, the glymphatic system already works more slowly. That means any obstruction, whether from poor posture, apnea, or reduced oxygen, short pause, has a much stronger impact. Sleeping on your back or stomach at this stage of life. Short pause is like driving an old car up a steep hill. Any obstacle can make the difference between moving forward or stalling. A silent enemy, sleep apnea. One of the most dangerous consequences of these positions is sleep apnea. Many don't even realize they have it, because they don't remember waking up during the night. Short pause, but their partner often notices the loud snoring, short pause, and pauses in breathing. Antonio, age 68, came to me worried because he forgot important dates and often felt disoriented. His wife reported that he sometimes stopped breathing for several seconds at night. A sleep study confirmed moderate apnea. Short pause. With simple adjustments to his sleeping posture and appropriate treatment, he regained energy, improved his memory, and felt like himself again. The conclusion of this section. Sleeping on your back or stomach may feel comfortable, but these positions seriously compromise oxygen flow and the brain's cleaning process. In older adults, the consequences show up as forgetfulness, morning confusion, chronic fatigue, short pause, and in the long run, a greater risk of neurodegenerative disease. Sleep isn't just about hours, it's about quality and posture. And as we'll see in the next section, short pause, there is one position, supported by science, that can become your best ally to protect your brain and preserve your memory. Third, short pause, the best sleeping position. After learning about the risks of sleeping on your back or stomach, the inevitable question arises. So what is the best position to protect the brain after age 60? Science has a clear answer. Pause, sleeping on your side. Short pause, especially the left side. Why sleep on your side? When we lie on our side, the glymphatic system, the brain's natural cleaning mechanism we discussed earlier, works more efficiently. Short pause. Cerebrospinal fluid flows more freely, washing away harmful toxins like beta amyloid, the protein closely linked to Alzheimer's disease. Imagine a river. When the riverbed is open and unobstructed, the water runs strongly, carrying away debris. Short pause. That's exactly what happens in the brain when you sleep on your side. Flow is smoother, and the cleanup is deeper. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience found that people who slept on their side eliminated brain waste more effectively compared to those who slept on their back or stomach. Short pause. In short, posture really does make a difference. The left side. Added benefits. Although side sleeping in general is beneficial, doing so on the left side offers extra advantages, especially for older adults. It promotes venous return and circulation, improving oxygen supply to the brain. Short pause. It aids digestion, reducing reflux and nighttime discomfort. Short pause. It eases pressure on vital organs, including the heart. I recall Fernando, a 73-year-old cardiac patient who suffered from leg swelling and morning fatigue. When I recommended sleeping on his left side, he noticed improvements in memory, more energy upon waking, short pause, and even better stability in his blood pressure. What about the right side? Not everyone can sleep on the left side, especially those with hip or shoulder pain on that side. Short pause. In these cases, sleeping on the right is still a much safer option than back or stomach sleeping. The key is to keep the body aligned and supported with pillows. For example, Maria Angeles, age 70, experienced memory lapses and shoulder pain when lying on her left side. Short pause. By making simple adjustments, a pillow between the knees and another behind her back, she was able to rest comfortably on her right side and notice significant improvements in her mental clarity. Adapting can be challenging, but it's worth it. Many patients tell me, "Doctor, I've been sleeping on my back for decades. I can't change." My answer is always the same. Short pause. The body can adapt, but it needs help. A firm pillow between the knees keeps the hips from rotating and protects the spine. Short pause. A supportive pillow under the head keeps the neck aligned. Short pause. Another pillow behind the back prevents rolling back onto your back. At first, it may feel awkward, and some people say they don't rest as well. But the brain benefits from the very first night you manage to stay on your side. Pause. Initial effort becomes habit, and that habit becomes a protective shield for your memory. The benefits you feel upon waking. What's remarkable is how quickly the changes are felt. Mercedes, a lively 69-year-old, complained of mental heaviness every morning. After adjusting her posture and sleeping on her side, she returned saying, "Doctor, my head feels lighter, as if a weight has been lifted." That's the effect of a brain finally able to cleanse itself properly at night. Side sleeping isn't just about comfort. It's a natural treatment for the mind. And in older age, every good night of rest equals one more day of lucidity, memory, and well-being. The key takeaway. There's no perfect position for everyone. Short pause, but the evidence points strongly to sleeping on your side, preferably the left, as the best gift you can give your brain. It protects memory, improves circulation, and supports digestion. Short pause. It's a simple habit with a profound impact on your cognitive future. Changing your sleeping position may seem like a challenge, but remember, every adjustment is an investment in more years of clarity, independence, and quality of life. Fourth, short pause, common difficulties and adaptations. In theory, sleeping on your side sounds simple. But in practice, many older adults tell me things like, "Doctor, I tried, but my hip hurts." Or when I sleep on my side, I wake up with sore shoulders. Or even I start on my side, but end up rolling onto my back without realizing it. And that's completely normal. Short pause. After age 60, the body doesn't always respond the way it used to. Joint pain, spinal issues, arthritis, or prosthetics can make the recommended posture difficult to maintain. But here's the good news. Short pause. It's possible to adapt. And with a few small adjustments, anyone can sleep comfortably on their side, without pain. The secret. Proper support. The first thing I explain to my patients is that the body needs support. Short pause. It's not just about the bed itself, but how we use pillows. A pillow between the knees prevents the hip from rotating forward and protects the lower back. Short pause. A pillow under the head should keep the neck aligned with the spine, not too high, not too low. For those who tend to roll back, placing a pillow behind the back acts as a gentle barrier to maintain the side position. It may sound like a small detail, but it completely changes the experience. Teresa, age 75, with hip osteoarthritis, told me side sleeping was impossible for her. With 3 strategically placed pillows, she not only managed to sleep on her side, short pause, but within weeks she was waking up with less pain and more energy. The importance of the mattress. The mattress plays a key role too. If it's too firm, it puts pressure on the shoulders and hips, causing pain or numbness. Short pause. If it's too soft, it doesn't support the spine properly, letting the body sink. The ideal choice is usually a medium-density mattress that adapts to the body and distributes weight evenly. In some cases, adding a memory foam topper is enough to transform an uncomfortable mattress into a healthier one. Training the body. Side sleeping doesn't always happen overnight. It's like training a muscle. The body needs time to adjust. Some practical tips. Start gradually. Spend 30 minutes on your side before falling asleep. Then increase the time. Short pause. Use external support. Long body pillows or maternity cushions provide extra stability. Short pause. Listen to your body. If one side hurts, alternate between left and right. Just don't go back to back or stomach sleeping. Marcos, age 71, with shoulder problems, couldn't last more than half an hour on his left side. Short pause. By alternating sides and using an orthopedic pillow, he managed to sleep through the night comfortably on his side. Adaptations for specific issues. Acid reflux. Sleep on the left side with the head of the bed slightly elevated. Short pause. Lower back pain. Place a small pillow under the waist for alignment. Short pause, breathing issues. Elevate the head with an ergonomic pillow to improve oxygen flow. Every person is different, and the key is to personalize your sleep posture based on your body's needs. The key takeaway: sleeping on your side doesn't have to be painful or uncomfortable. Short pause, with proper support, the right mattress, and a little patience. Any older adult can train their body to adopt this posture. The reward isn't just better rest. Short pause, it's waking up with clearer thinking, less pain, and a brain that's better protected. Sleeping well doesn't always mean sleeping longer. It means doing so in the posture that allows your brain to cleanse itself. Short pause, your joints to rest, and your memory to stay sharp. Pause. Adapting to this habit could be one of the most powerful changes you make for your health after age 60. Fifth, short pause, nighttime routine and habits. Good sleep isn't just about posture. The quality of your rest is also shaped by what you do before going to bed. Short pause. Many older adults think that simply closing their eyes is enough. But the truth is that both the body and the brain need preparation. A good nighttime routine is like tuning instruments before a concert. Short pause. It ensures everything works in harmony. Set regular sleep schedules. The first step is simple. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Short pause. The brain runs on precise biological rhythms and craves regularity. When schedules constantly shift, melatonin, the sleep hormone, gets disrupted. Short pause, making it harder to achieve deep rest. Reduce screen time. The second tip is to avoid screens at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and televisions tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. Short pause. Instead of winding down, the brain stays alert. Replacing screens with light reading, soft music, or quiet conversation can make a big difference. Take Consuelo, age 71. Short pause. She used to fall asleep every night in front of the television. At 2 in the morning, she would wake up disoriented and then struggle to get back to sleep. The simple changes, turning off the television earlier and creating a bedtime ritual. Short pause. She was able to sleep through the night and wake up refreshed. Create the right environment. Your bedroom should be a space dedicated to rest, not an extension of the living room. Ideally, it should be dark, quiet, and cool. Short pause. For those who need a night light for safety, a motion sensor lamp is a great option. It only turns on when you get up, without interfering with melatonin production. Relaxing activities before bed. A warm shower, gentle stretches, or deep breathing exercises help prepare the body. Some people also benefit from calming herbal teas, like chamomile or lemon balm. Short pause, as long as they don't interfere with medications. The key is sending a clear signal to the brain. It's time to slow down. Food and exercise. Heavy dinners are the enemy of good sleep. Short pause. Choose light evening meals and avoid caffeine after the afternoon. Daily exercise also improves sleep quality, though intense workouts right before bed are best avoided. Avoiding dangerous shortcuts. Many older adults turn to sleeping pills, thinking it solves the problem. But sedatives often produce shallow sleep. Short pause. Preventing the deep phases needed to consolidate memory. The person may sleep, but they don't truly rest. That's why I always recommend natural alternatives before resorting to medication. Stories of transformation. Elvira, age 74, used to sleep in her living room chair because she said it was more comfortable. But every morning, she woke up sore and mentally foggy. Short pause. By reclaiming her bed, changing her habits, and setting a consistent routine, she not only slept better, but also saw a noticeable improvement in memory and energy. The key takeaway: good sleep doesn't start when you close your eyes. It begins hours earlier, with the choices you make in the evening. Short pause. Setting schedules, avoiding screens, creating the right environment, and preparing the body with simple rituals are the keys to deep, restorative sleep. After age 60, each night of quality rest translates into sharper thinking, better mood, and greater independence. Short pause, a healthy nighttime routine, isn't a luxury. It's a pillar of health as important as nutrition and exercise. 6. Short pause, common mistakes. Over the years, I've seen many patients convinced they sleep well. when in reality they're making mistakes that seriously affect their memory and brain health. Short pause. Most of these habits seem harmless, but over time they become obstacles to the deep rest the brain needs. Today I want to share the most common mistakes after age 60, short pause, and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, sleeping in chairs or sofas. Many older adults fall asleep in front of the television, short pause, or spend the night in a recliner because they think it's more comfortable. But sleeping upright or semi-inclined strains the spine, compresses the chest, short pause, and reduces circulation. Elvira, age 74, slept every night in her living room chair because she felt she could breathe better there. Each morning, she woke up with back pain and mental fog. Short pause. With simple adjustments to her bed, a better mattress, and raising the head of the bed slightly, she returned to sleeping lying down, and within days her mental clarity improved dramatically. Mistake number 2, keeping the room lit or noisy. Many older adults leave lights on out of fear of falling at night. The problem is that even dim light interferes with melatonin production, short pause, and reduces sleep depth. The solution is simple. Short pause. Use motion sensor lamps near the floor. The room stays dark so the brain can rest. Short pause, but the light comes on only when needed. Mistake number 3, overuse of sleeping pills. Sleeping pills can induce sleep, but they don't guarantee the deep phases required to consolidate memory. Often, patients end up in light sleep, feeling tired and at risk of dependence. Dolores, age 76, had used sedatives for more than a decade. Short pause. Even though she slept 8 hours, she always woke up tired and forgetful. By gradually reducing her medication and adopting new bedtime routines, she regained the energy she thought was gone forever. Mistake number 4, sleeping on the back or stomach. We've already seen how these positions compromise oxygen flow, short pause, and block brain cleansing, yet many older adults stick to them out of habit or comfort. The problem is that after 60, every night in a poor position increases the risk of toxin buildup in the brain. If changing suddenly feels impossible, start small. Spend part of the night on your side, use pillows to hold the position, short pause, and train your body gradually. Mistake number 5, skipping a bedtime routine. Some people think sleep is automatic, short pause, that it doesn't matter when they go to bed, but the brain needs consistency. Going to bed at different times each night confuses the body's biological clock, short pause, and directly affects sleep quality. Mistake number 6, believing fatigue is normal. This is perhaps the most dangerous mistake. Many patients tell me, "Doctor, being tired all the time is normal at my age." But no, it isn't all. Chronic fatigue and memory problems are not inevitable results of aging. Short pause. They're often the consequence of habits that can be corrected. The key takeaway: poor sleep doesn't always mean insomnia. Sometimes the problem is in the little details: where you sleep, what posture you take, how much light is in the room, short pause, or whether you depend on pills. Correcting these mistakes doesn't require major expenses, just awareness and consistency. Remember, pause. Every night is a chance to protect your memory. Avoiding these harmful habits is just as important as eating well or exercising. Short pause. Your brain deserves real rest, not just apparent hours of sleep. Throughout this video, we've explored a topic that may seem simple, but hides an impactful truth. Short pause. The way you sleep after age 60 can determine the health of your memory and your independence in the years ahead. We've discovered that sleep isn't just passive rest. It's an active process where the brain cleans itself, reoxygenates, short pause, and protects against diseases like Alzheimer's. We learned about the glymphatic system, that silent mechanism that only works at night, and saw that its effectiveness depends on 2 factors: short pause, the quality of sleep, and the posture you maintain. We also learned that sleeping on your back or stomach may feel comfortable, but in reality it compromises oxygen flow, disrupts deep sleep, short pause, and blocks the brain's natural cleansing process. Real stories like Carmen's, Isabel's, and Antonio's showed us how what seemed like a simple habit was actually affecting their lucidity, energy, and memory. In contrast, we discovered that side sleeping especially on the left side, is the position most strongly supported by science. Short pause. It boosts circulation, helps digestion, supports the heart, and most importantly, protects memory. Even patients with pain or physical limitations were able to adapt using simple adjustments. Short pause, pillows, proper mattresses, and patience to retrain the body. We also saw how nighttime routines are just as important as posture. Keeping regular schedules, avoiding screens before bed, creating a dark, quiet environment, short pause, and preparing the body with simple, relaxing rituals all lay the foundation for restorative sleep. Every choice you make in the evening helps prepare your brain for cleansing and renewal. And we reviewed the most common mistakes: short pause, sleeping in chairs, keeping the lights on, overusing pills, or assuming constant fatigue is normal for aging. Correcting these errors can transform daily vitality and mental clarity. So what does this all mean for you? Pause. The conclusion is clear. Sleep is one of the most powerful natural treatments for your brain. Short pause. It costs nothing. It's available to everyone, and it can mean the difference between aging with lucidity or with decline. Short pause. Every single night, you hold the opportunity to protect your memory. I want you to remember 3 key points. Number 1, short pause. Good sleep is as important as nutrition and exercise. It's not a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Number 2, short pause. Sleeping posture matters. Side sleeping, especially on the left, is a simple habit that can extend your mental clarity for years. Number 3, short pause. It's never too late to change. Even if you've slept poorly for decades, your brain can benefit from the very first night you adjust your posture. If you've ever thought your forgetfulness was just aging, now you know there are factors you can control. And the best part is that you don't need expensive treatments. Short pause, just awareness and consistency. Your bed, your pillows, and your evening habits are tools that can give you more lucidity, more energy, and more independence. So my final recommendation is simple. Pause. Pay attention to how you sleep. Make the necessary adjustments, and give your brain the chance to care for itself while you rest. Short pause. Each small change is an investment in your memory and your quality of life. I'm Dr. Carlos Rondón, specialist in older adult health, and I'm glad to have guided you on this journey. Short pause. If you found this video useful, leave me a comment telling me how you usually sleep and what changes you'll start making today. Short pause. Give this video a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving clear science-based advice on how to age with health and dignity. Remember, pause. Good sleep isn't a detail. It's one of the most important decisions you can make for your memory and your future. Short pause. Sleep on your side, protect your brain, and preserve what matters most: your lucidity and independence.